Okay, so you've left Pask's oddities, presumably in quite a bad mood with each other.
Is the patrol still outside?
No, the patrol has now moved on.
Why are you in a bad mood with anybody? Because you're threatening me. Money. It's my money.
Organics.
So in terms of the computer terminals that Pat was mentioning, did he mention something about it not being like just normal ones? We'd have to be going to proper ones? Like in, like,
you have to basically go to the area that is the command and control centre.
Okay.
And there'll be terminals there that will allow you to access more details about the Perlemian Hall.
Presumably we can quickly look up schematics to find out where that is.
Where the command and control centre is. Yeah, it's. Are you going over to a terminal and finding that out?
Yes.
Yep. You don't need to make a roll for it. It's fairly straightforward. You just bring up the station maps.
Cool.
The command and control centre is 2 levels above you, right at the edge of where the basically an Imperial lockdown area, beyond which no one who isn't Imperial is allowed.
Are you nearby as I'm doing this, Justin? Then if so, I'll point condescendingly at where the galactic control centre is with the tentacle.
Thanks, 5XK.
I suggest
I'm just going to beep.
How quaint.
Can I slap you on the back? An appreciation.
Back?
Yeah, I think it's a back end.
I don't think there is a back end. No.
Spherical dome?
Well, I slap you the front end.
Are the beeps just your inbuilt profanity filter?
Let's go with yes.
He's actually sending a post message. He's crashing.
I'm making a tweet. My hashtag is probably something like droid life or second class droid problems or something like that.
Second class droid problems, FML.
Yeah. Basically.
Can I suggest we head to the docks first because they're not locked down yet, but they will be locked down soon, so we can get in at this point.
Would you be happy with the split party?
Yeah, it's fine.
So
Yes.
it's your kind of dynamic.
No, it's absolutely fine. I can handle it. I've been in game class for 22 years. I'll get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might
I
be
would say,
No, your question is appreciated, like courtesy and.
I would relish the chance for some rough and tumble.
Yeah, well, I suggest you come with me to the docks then.
I think
I'd
I'd like to hear that story later.
Pardon?
Go on down the docks.
I was going to go to the docks to try and sweet talk everyone.
That's
but,
good too.
Well,
Sweet
I'm
talk
not-
and rough and tumble, I'm not
intending a fight. We don't want to make a scene of
That's not
ourselves.
what a vibro knife's for.
So should we split 3 ways? Or 2 ways, I mean? You go us 3 going to...
I'll go up to the control centre.
Makes sense.
Then we'll be the sort of east of the ground on the docks. Good.
Yeah.
So the human, the Celestin, and the slicer droid are going up to the command and control centre, and the Bothan, the assassination droid, and the Mon Calamari are going to the docks.
Death machine.
Yes, killing machine. As we discussed, your gender is killing machine.
Let's rough up some dock workers, yeah. Heroes of the rebellion.
Don't say that out
Let's
loud.
punch some underpaid menial labourers
While we're walking, I'm just kind of
in
discussing
the name
how...
of the glorious rebellion.
While we're walking there, I'm
Democracy
discussing how
Party.
we're not here to actually kill people. We're just walking to the dock to talk.
Sam's your leader now.
If we kill people,
Understood.
if we kill people now, we can't kill other people later because we
Killing
have
people
to
here
leave.
would be a gross waste of my resources. I will
Exactly.
grievously injure, not kill.
No, no.
We need to be able to talk to them.
Meanwhile, I say to
They
Alex,
need to be able to walk and function at maximum capacity after we have finished speaking to them.
Well,
meanwhile,
they must, I suppose.
Please don't initiate as well. There's no need to just walk in and attack someone immediately.
Nothing worse than a Larry droid.
I'm not an interrogation unit, I'm an assassination unit.
Okay, good. Just checking.
But your point is quite sound. I will
Thank you.
adhere to your instructions for now.
Your advice.
We'll
Instructions.
I
We'll-
don't have a restraining bull after all.
we'll deal with the individuals going up to the command and control centre first, because that's a lot closer. So I take it you're going to get in a turbo lift and head up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say how it would be really awful if D4 was wasting of resources, killing people. It would be a bad use of resources. And yeah, turbo lift.
Waste of bullets.
Yeah,
I mean, in his case specifically, is bullets as well.
yeah. That medal's expensive.
Yeah.
We didn't get any record about any of the others on the trip. I know you did not meet them. We didn't know anything about them?
Nope, nothing.
Excellent.
All you know is what they told you.
Solarian.
Tone.
What's
Solarian?
Yeah, Solarian? Is it?
Celestin.
Celestin. Yeah, the same. Celestin.
You know that Silurian just means Irish. Same thing as Celestin.
It's all the
Same thing
same.
as Celestin.
Irish.
And droid or humans look the same thing.
That should definitely be your nickname.
So, Celestin, what is your designation?
Well, technically I'm an engineer, and I have been known to work in a slightly less professional way than the title engineer would suggest.
One of
Yeah.
my tentacle slicing units is slightly greasy. Hold it out. Are you able to fine-tune this appendage?
Probably, but I'm not going to.
There'll be a slight beep, but I'll just lower it.
Terry, what's your plan? I'm not really the brains behind these
Well-
sneaky operations normally.
I guess we'll just go check out what security they have there. Look for cameras. Look where we might have to input the codes and what security there is before that point.
Mm-hmm.
This
I mean-
unit should point out now that the codes we have access to do far more than what were originally suggested. They may allow us to access far more systems, such as life support or weapons
What about alarms?
or alarms.
That sounds very useful.
Okay. So the plan is to get inside the command center and to secure more information about the arrival time, security, ways in, ways out, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This unit will attempt to ascertain all information that is possible to gain from these codes.
Do you need diversion?
I can do diversions.
That will depend upon what we find.
Good.
This unit is happy that diversions will be possible if needed.
Just give me the word.
Blaster and slug weapon fire is not conducive to a satisfactory paint job.
Very
Feels
well.
like your motto.
Yeah, I know we have been mistaking a couple of things for Mass Effect through this, but I think that's enough conversation for one lift journey. Yeah, take that, BioWare. So you come out of the turbo lifts, and there's kind of a long curved corridor ahead of you, at the end of which you see what you assume to be the entrance to the command and control center. It has about 6 guards just stood there, guarding
Guards or
the entrance. Just guards.
Is there anything else on this floor that we might reasonably be doing?
Oh yeah. Oh. Well, what might you reasonably be doing?
Like going to a shop or like...
Repairing things.
There aren't any shops.
Okay. Is it literally we come out the lift and there's just control center?
No, there's like a control center, and the corridor curves around further, kind of back in the other direction as well. It's mostly seems to be kind of power grids and various machineries, kind of a bit of an industrial layer, as it were.
Okay.
This
I mean, I don't want to say the word sabotage, but it's an ugly word.
This unit could attempt to fabricate a false alarm in a power sector.
Or we could just actually settle for a alarm in the power sector with...
Yes.
That sounds a lot more fun, doesn't it?
That escalated quickly.
So there's life support.
Let's fake a bomb. Let's make a bomb.
Exactly. Maybe we don't do either of those high-profile things before, like, because we're trying to keep security at a minimum. So bomb going off right before the cargo arrives probably isn't the best.
Well, I might be able to make it look like it wasn't a bomb.
That's good.
We could do that.
Would this fall in line with the magnanimous owner's desires?
Pardon?
Would this fall in line with the magnanimous owner's desires?
Yeah.
Very well.
Cool.
So, are you going to go have a look at?
Have a look around, see if there's any like power stations that I might rig to sort of blow up without looking like they're blowing up.
Yeah.
Like somebody's
So,
blown
it looks
them
like
up.
a fault or something,
Yeah.
rather than a... Yeah, but a fault that may be investigated by, say, 6 guards.
Yes.
Explosive fault.
Yeah. Explosive fault.
You know, look at the schematics earlier. Could we tell if there's anything from that? Like useful bits to blow up?
No, they were kind of public schematics.
Yeah.
They weren't anything that gives, like...
Please blow this up.
Yes.
Please blow this up.
No, please do not blow this up.
Okay, I'm reckoning that is, in fact, a skullduggery roll.
Okay.
Find a place to blow something up. So, give me a
Can I
skullduggery roll, please. Yeah, sure.
Actually, I don't skullduggery, never mind.
You can still add a boost die.
Okay, I have 2 cunning and 1 skullduggery.
Okay, so that's 1 green, 1 yellow, and 1 boost die, which are the pale blue ones. And I'm going to give you an extra boost because you've seen the droid has seen the schematics, and the actual difficulty is going to be 3 purples.
Okay.
Where does this look most blowable?
That's not a word.
Not many people know it's a word. Ooh, that looks like a promising roll from over here.
I don't know. What are these? I got a lot of failures, I think.
No, you got a lot of threat.
Oh,
Is it
lot.
even worse?
So that's
No, it's all threats cancelled out.
That's
One.
charming people.
It's
Oh,
nothing. 0.
That's a failure. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is, as Sam said, dead 0. You just don't find a good spot to fake some kind of naturalistic grenade explosion.
Oh yeah, we could use some of our light side points, couldn't we, to improve that? Could we improve that, or do we have to do something else?
No, if you,
Oh.
yeah, if you.
I've just remembered.
What? What?
One of the ways you can jury rig one of these things to go off in about a 2-minute timer is if you just switch this power switch here into this position. They blow like no one's business in about a minute's time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really.
That's
It happened to you on your ship. On
Yeah,
your
it
ship.
yeah.
Yeah.
It happened to be on one of our ships I was on.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
That sounds great.
Okay. For anyone actually listening, by the way, I hope someone is. That was a feature of Age of Rebellion where the characters use light side points to have crazy luck Deus Ex stuff happen, and when they do that, it flips to becoming a dark side point, which is why you heard Sam going, "What are you doing?" in the background, because now that gives me an extra dark side point to do exactly the same thing to them.
But you're going to make it easier for us to blow up your payroll station as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And everything in
It
it.
does sound pretty dark side.
Yeah. So, yeah, you set the panel to blow, and I presume you go
Pretend to go.
Away.
loiter.
We're going to be fixing the broken lift.
So I'm going to look like I'm innocently examining whatever the hell is on the walls. Because that's what
Is there
What
anything
is
on the
art?
Who knows? Maybe there's droid art.
Okay, so you're just kind of standing around the lift, kind of. The guards aren't really paying attention to you that much.
That's fine then.
They're not really all that focused. They're just kind of talking to each other. As long as you're not trying to get into the command and control center, of course you're not. Then they're not really paying much attention. After a couple of minutes, there's a loud bang in the corridor behind you, and a visible billow of smoke and some flickering as if a small fire is starting out. At which point, one of the guards kind of points and yells and runs off to investigate with the other guards.
All the other guys.
Yeah, they've all gone. Not much happens on this station.
Oh, cool.
Should we slip in?
Let's go.
Okay, you go up to the door. It's locked.
I will attempt to input the codes to allow us to get in.
It's not locked anymore.
Fantastic. We go in.
Yeah.
Okay, you head in. It's a kind of... is everyone here familiar with what a data center looks like? It's basically a lot of kind of like pillar-like computer systems in a rather darkened room lit only by flashing lights, and it's quite cold in there as well. You can hear in an office over to one side there's someone kind of typing away on something, but other than that, the room is empty.
Is there an obvious port anywhere?
There's many obvious ports. Ooh, take your pick.
I will take the blue one to the left and 4 from the top.
Yep. Okay. And
I'm attempting to find anything we can about the hall, basically.
sure. Okay, so that's a computing roll, which for you is something ridiculous.
Yep. 3 green, 2 yellow.
And the difficulty is 3. And don't think we've got any boosts or setbacks.
Count 2.
That's 2 successes, 2 advantages.
Nice. You find out that the Perlemian Hall is due in to the system in approximately 24 hours' time. You find out the docking bay it's entering, and you also find a record linked to it saying that a specific individual on the dock worker teams named his name's obviously I'll give a big introduction to his name. It's a really important name, and it's not at all because I'm trying to pace through the book looking for where his name is. No, it's fine.
Pronunciation is mainly the thing you're trying to get right.
Yes, absolutely. His name's Raph. Thinking about it, the pronunciation shouldn't have been a massive problem, but it's fine.
It's incredibly complicatedly spelled, isn't it? Complicated.
Yeah.
That's a word.
His name is Raph. He's a work gang leader, and he basically has been banned from working on the Perlemian Hall docking. Because he's got a reputation for being easily insulted, which usually leads to broken bones in the medical bay. And also because he's suspected of having rebel sympathies.
I relay this information to our comlinks.
That's very handy
What?
information.
You are? You're talking out loud?
Talking quietly out loud.
Okay.
Isn't there a text function?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holograms but no text.
I'll just give us some
Okay.
text then.
So,
Assuming it's safe to stay here, can you hack and say anything else that these codes allow me to do, basically?
they allow you... What will they allow you to do? Basically, they give you access to a few other important... They give you access to anywhere within the Imperial lockdown zone.
Okay. Can I just do that information?
Yep. But you may do later.
Yes.
Can he access that stuff from anywhere on the ship? Like, can he access control over those zones from anywhere on the ship, or is it?
No.
It's fine.
No, it's just getting access.
Just getting access.
Can I access the cargo manifest? Because I believe we agreed to pass. We'll do that.
There doesn't appear to be a cargo manifest listed here. It
Right,
would
so it has
likely
to
be on the ship.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. And there's another 3 of you on your way to the docks.
On the way, I get this text about this guy.
Yes.
I will take
Mr.
back
Mr. Rath.
LOL.
D.
I'll inform you about Mr. Rath, because of course you would
Swag.
probably want to know about this.
YOLO.
No, that's footnote. That's not text. It's completely.
I don't understand. I'm too old.
Completely different. Do they still say
I don't know. I'm pretty sure some young people will text those words to each other.
Young people.
Young people.
Today.
Clearly, I have become too old.
I love how
Yes.
we're not alienating our audience.
If you're young and you're listening to this, I hate you.
Please write in and tell us the last time.
Like,
you
comment,
wrote
subscribe.
So we're on the way to the docks, and we just got the message about Mr. Rath, who has rebel sympathies.
Mm-hmm. I'd probably text back any idea where to find him. But you might.
Head of a work gang.
The docks.
The
Dogs, great.
Ask for him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I just text back, okay.
It occurs to me that we need to settle on a game plan with your organic, so...
Indeed. I don't think we want to go about blurting everything out to them, so...
No,
Maybe we just
no,
ask
don't.
maybe we just ask for Mr. Rath. Or Rath.
No.
I can be
No, we
quite
don't.
straightforward in asking questions. It's been...
We'll follow your lead, but what do you want to ask?
What?
I believe we're on a time limit on this operation. It's probably best that we get things done quickly.
Yes, but it's also best we do things without getting shot.
I suggest we find Raph.
If you say so.
I also suggest we find Raph, but I don't suggest that we go looking for Raph.
I concur, but only if there's violence involved at some point.
Yes.
Otherwise, this is a waste of my circuitry. You might as well power me down. I'm not a question-asking robot. I'm an assassination droid, damn it.
Well, I'm a question-asking not robot, so...
Oh, you're okay.
Well, you take the lead then.
Alright then, I will.
I will trail along until me.
I'll be directly behind you, prepared to step in at the moment's notice, because I'm assuming you're going to get it wrong.
Thanks.
Incidentally, there was minor confusion there. Just for the sake of consistency, he's called Raph.
I thought it
With
was,
Fox, F Foxtrot.
Ah, okay.
Although it would be amusing if he was called Raph, because that would be, like, obviously a thing. Pretty clever to use that.
2 F's or 1?
One F. One
Oh.
F.
Don't.
For your notebook.
Does it matter?
Is it also a J and other complicated letters or just
Is there a silent P in there?
Yeah, sounds
Silent. 2 silent Q's.
But are they also invisible?
Yes.
Okay, so we're on.
Anyway.
So, you arrive at what seems to be the large main docking area. It's kind of separated off into individual huge docks, but they also have kind of I don't know what to call them, blast walls that come down between them, and they're all currently raised. So it's one massive dock. If you've played Startopia, you know what I mean, but you haven't because you're all too young. So yeah, it's basically you're in a massive dock that can have blast walls that come down and separate it into individual, smaller but still fairly large docks. There are what appear to be several work gangs kind of milling around, working in place. It's a lot busier than the dock you came in on. It appears to be kind of, there's a lot of industrial ships moving in and out with mining and various kind of things like that, presumably from the planet's surface.
We found out Raph is a leader of a dock worker, right?
Yeah.
It's like the floor manager sort of thing.
No, it's a work gang rather
More of a
than
gang
He
thing.
probably does not have an office, put it that way.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Different coloured hat?
I'll tell you this before you meet him, he does not wear a hat.
Spoilers! I'm going to gesture to the droid to stay close behind me and look threatening.
I will look threatened.
As you do.
I'll also start looking threatening as hilariously as a short Mon Calamari can do.
Thank you. I'm going to stroll over to the nearest dock worker and go, "You in charge?"
He turns round and no, don't do a Noo Joisee accent, man.
Once done though.
I'm basically going to start channeling Sal from Futurama. Once the nose. He turns round and says in a hilarious accent, "Who wants to know?"
I've got a complaint about the treatment of my ship. I want to talk to whoever's in charge.
Yeah? And which one's your ship?
That one.
Presumably pointing to a random ship.
Yeah.
He kind of turns and looks and then turns back and says, "Not my problem, furry."
Well, if it's not your problem, then get me the person whose problem it is then. Or maybe my droid should go looking for them.
Your droid.
Can I use a coercion roll?
Yeah.
So what's that? It is coercion's 1 and willpower's 2.
Can I back this up? Because I'm also looking threatening.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you got coercion?
No.
Then I'm going to go with no.
My eyes move independently.
God, it's so weird. He's feeling somewhat belligerent. Did you bring the slug thrower off the ship?
No, I would assume that I've only got my vibro knife on me, and that's concealed. So
Yeah. There you go.
I'm not actively
Enjoy
menacing.
that mighty roll. This is going to go so badly. Oh. 1, 2.
No, it's a fail. But with an
Yeah, that's a
advantage.
fail.
No, neutral fail.
No, it's
Yeah,
just nothing.
Just
Nothing.
Just fail.
Fail with an advantage.
He's
wasn't
very
No,
nonplussed
you
by it.
got a threat as well.
Ah.
So it cancelled it out.
Apparently not impressed.
Yeah, he's not impressed. He lets out a short barking laugh and goes back to whatever he was doing, probably carrying a crate.
I just put a hand out in front of you for a second.
Oi! Oi! I'm still talking to you.
Listen,
I'm listening.
it's one of the other work gangs. Go bother someone else.
Where are they then? You can't just tell me to go somewhere else if you don't tell me where to go.
Ha, I know. If you've got a complaint, take it to Raph. He'll deal with you.
And where is Raph?
He's over there.
Alright.
He points to a kind of large sort of mountain of crates.
Oh, okay.
Behind which there seems to be some kind of gathering of dock workers.
If you're just trying to tell me this to get me to leave you alone, I will come back for you.
He's already
And
walking
so-
off. And so will my unintimidating droid.
And the one
Don't forget the wrong calamari.
And the tubby amphibian
With eyes which are moving.
coming down on your ass.
He's short as well.
Yeah, we'll head over to the...
Could tell me you're going to croak him. Hey?
I sort of hold
Here all
there
week.
for a moment.
Try the bill.
I'm going to follow him, but then I decide against it. Sheath
job.
my vibroblade again. Like, it's not worth it.
We'll head over to the mountain of crates.
Okay, you realise that behind it, the gathering of dock workers is primarily a ring of individuals who are surrounding two other individuals, both of whom are quite large. One of whom is a big, bulky human, and the other is a large albino Zabrak. Zabrak, for anyone not familiar, Darth Maul is a Zabrak. But this guy's a lot bigger than that. Big, muscled,
Albino?
albino.
As in all white? Or?
He's all white and he has red eyes.
At this particular moment, I'm texting, do we know he's a human? To Justin.
Also, he has a large tattoo on his forehead, like a black circle.
Okay.
No, but he is easily
They
offended.
are beating the crap out of each other.
We'll wait.
Yeah, we stand back and watch.
Can I use my brawl to just get in the middle of them?
God,
Join
no.
in, really?
I see you bending forward and just put a hand in front
No.
of you again.
Moments later.
I will sort of get very close to the fight, but obviously not in it. Sort of just
Just kind of analysing it.
yeah.
Do you want to use your brawl to analyse?
Yes,
the-
yes,
yes.
yeah.
Why not?
See
And
which one's
bizarrely,
stronger
how this
opponent.
game works, you'll still use brawn to analyse this rather than intellect or something. But it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
We might
it's,
adventure with changing the rules a bit some other time. So what's that going to be?
That's Brawn 2 and Brawl 1. So
It's fairly straightforward, but at the same time it's quite chaotic. There you go. So that's a failure, but with 3 advantages. You're not sure who's going to come out on top, but you get the distinct impression that this Zabrak is not to be messed with.
I'm going to turn to you two and say it's my opinion that Zabrak would be the most logical decision to be a leader in this compact that they have going on.
He's also, you count about 8 hidden vibro knives on him.
He's quite a dodgy fellow, I would suppose you would say in your parlance.
We're at the docks. Everyone here is Can you be a bit more specific?
Susan, you're so dockist.
He has several close to lethal implements on him.
That's more useful.
Yes.
I'll step back one.
After a couple of minutes, it becomes apparent that the Zabrak was really just toying with the human. He pummels him thoroughly and leaves him a weeping mess on the ground. He then goes to a group of dock workers and takes some money off them. Gambling of some kind.
I wager about an 80% chance that that man is actually Mr. Raff.
Well, if the other guy's Raph, then he's not talking, so...
So we can drag him out. I will approach the Zabrak and say, "Are you Mr. Raff?"
I'm not Mr. Raff, just Raff.
Alright then, just Raff.
What do you want, Bothan?
Just wondering if we can have a word.
I'm a few meters behind.
Nothing too threatening. Nothing too bad.
What's it to do with?
Imperials.
Imperial convoy.
Good guess.
Alright, follow me. He wanders over to what appears to be the dock equivalent of a break room, which is basically a room with a lot of metal chairs in and a large moonshine still in the corner.
Is it full of cameras?
There are no cameras here.
Thanks.
They're outside, not in here.
Yeah.
He goes in there, pulls a chair over, sits back on it, pushes his feet out and says, "So, the convoy, what do you want?"
I make sure the door is closed behind us.
And the place is empty.
And
Oh
the
yes,
place
it is
is
empty.
I was just checking.
It's my impression the convoy would be a good start. We want the convoy.
What
You want the convoy.
More or less.
You want onto the convoy?
That is
Yeah,
our.
let's go with that.
There's a lot of ships in that convoy.
Would you know about it, may I ask?
I know it's coming in. I know they don't want me working on it.
Why might that be?
I'm a difficult man to work with sometimes. He cracks his knuckles.
Well,
I don't see why. You seem perfectly reasonable to me.
charming, in fact.
What do you want?
Do you know anything about the ship H226?
M226.
M226. Thank you. See, I thought you'd know about it. You're
Organics!
I don't know anything about any of the ships.
Do you know where we can find out about the ships?
Convoy like that. It's probably locked up tight. Maybe the governor, if you have the right leverage.
Do you happen to have any leverage?
Nothing. Your only other option would be getting close to the ships.
And how do we go about that?
Well, that depends. Why do you want on those ships?
Let's just say we're making trouble for the Empire.
You're a bold one.
He is, isn't he?
He is, isn't he?
Let's just say exactly what we're doing.
Let's just say, hang on, where's the briefing?
He wants to make trouble with the Empire.
Okay.
We know you may have beef, and you may be looking for a little bit of score settling.
I wouldn't mind some payback on the Empire, sure. But it can't come back to me.
Of course.
Tell you what. We always need new workers here. The droid looks like he can handle himself.
That he can.
Do you know anyone else who does?
I think one unit is sufficient for handling things around here.
I think we can possibly rustle up another one. I'm thinking a certain individual with funds for heavy objects.
Yes.
Let's go with that.
How many of you are there?
In total,
Yes.
6.
Well, in 6 hours' time, it's perfectly possible that in the intersection of corridors outside where you came in, someone will have left a crate full of dock worker uniforms. Maybe 6 of them. Maybe you can put them to some use.
One of them's a non-human droid. Is he gonna flag up any trouble?
I'll leave a droid ident out there as well.
Appreciated.
If anyone asks, we've never talked.
You had nothing to do with this.
And by the way, keep your right up next time. Defense was quite sloppy, in my opinion.
I had to let him hit me at least once. I didn't want him to lose his self-esteem.
He seemed to lose plenty of that.
Raph stands up and, without any further words, just leaves the room.
Alright.
That went well.
We'll follow him out. We'll, I'm gonna have a quick.
Kill him.
What?
Just time out with your mind.
He knows too much.
He does know everything, in fact.
Gonna have a quick glance around the dock, the ships.
No, it's just all
Just
kind of mining
random
ships, a couple of cargo ships, nothing overtly.
Yeah, I'm going to leave looking very angry, just in case anyone's watching.
Okay.
Our comms are
Very angry.
Our comms are relatively secure, aren't they?
Who knows?
I'm not gonna use the comms.
Do you think, like, with the lack security, they really monitoring the comms?
Well, it's worth a risk.
He's already used the comms.
Yeah.
We won't want anyone
Oh, yeah,
to
that's
do
true.
it.
If they can pick up on like voice, they'll pick up on text.
Yeah.
Although we don't
So-
want anyone to know what we're doing, so we better not.
You better not tell anyone.
We could just
Better not tell any
send-
large violence at Rax once.
Yeah, we'll send a message to the other group to regroup at someplace neutral, possibly in one of the big shopping areas. I'd recommend.
There's a cantina.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I was exactly going to suggest some civilian business like shopping or drinking.
Just go back to Pask's shop.
No.
The most
No.
secure place on
No.
the
Okay.
Okay, are you going to meet up at the cantina?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can, as long as you're not doing anything else in the command and control center, leaving swiftly may be a good
Yeah,
idea.
that's just quick, swiftly and quietly.
Okay, yeah, you exit. As you kind of head out, you see, and when you get to the lift, you see kind of members of the patrol coming back around the corner, shaking their heads, and one of them cursing the poor electronics on this beat-up old station. Then you all head over and meet up at the cantina.
Before I do, can I just make sure there's no traces that we were electronically that we were there?
No, there will be. Nothing like that. Not unless you left, like, did you install Symantec or something on your way out?
Just leave a USB stick on the boards.
Yeah.
I'm missing one of my USB arms.
No, it's all fine. So you, you all head to the cantina, and I think we'll end the session there. So that'd be good. Yeah. Even though Justin evidently wants me to do something else, but he's waving at me so that he isn't picked up on the microphone. It's too late. Too late.